The problem that I'm trying to solve is a vast majority of people worldwide aren't investing consistently enough to secure their retirements. This is what I was talking about earlier in the video. If you want to retire and you want to get to a $2 million 401k or investment portfolio, you need to invest about $500 a month for 40 years. Most people are not going to do that. And even if you got to $2 million a month, that would net you, if you sold 3% of it a year, that would net you about 60K a year to live off of. Again, I don't see many people investing $500 a month for 40 years, actually 42 years, right? So I did that math and I was like, all right, what if there was a way for them to invest that $500 a month by just paying their bills? Using the same money that they used to pay their bills, they invest $500 a month with that same money. Now that becomes more realistic because for 40 years you're going to be paying bills, that's for sure. So what if there was a way that it can be automated for you where you put your money in, it pays your bills, and it invests for you? All right. So because these people are not investing enough, this means they could potentially face future difficulties and hardships later in life, which again is what I started to see. Like, if most people are not investing, they're going to have to work their whole lives because they're not going to have money that grew for them enough for them to cover their future expenses. So, what is the solution? So, our solution is a simple yet effective way to help people invest for retirement. With our platform, users can invest up to 70% of their bill payments they make every month, allowing them to save significantly more a month than they would be otherwise. They will be able to otherwise. So again, if I break that down, let's say you have $1,000 worth of bills every month, you can invest $700 a month and still pay those bills. And I know it sounds unbelievable, but I have at this point almost 100 people doing this. It's 100% possible. There's no way that it's not, because, and if you want me to show you, I have many videos showing people. I've done this with like children in the South Bronx. I've done it with 80-year-olds. It is 1000% possible. Now it just needs to be automated because it is a little bit technical, but not even that technical. Anyone can do it. I promise you, I have 80-year-olds doing it. You can do it. All right. So what is the main problem? If you ever want to retire, you need to invest consistently for decades. What is the only thing you're probably going to do consistently for decades? Pay bills, right? Like every month, if you don't pay your rent, you ain't gonna have a place to live. You don't pay you ain't gonna have a car to drive. You don't pay your light bill, your light's gonna go out. You don't pay your cell phone bill, you're not gonna get phone calls. You can't call nobody. So what if you can attach investing to the thing you're gonna do anyway until the day you die? Pay bills. Now imagine being able to invest 70% of the money you use paying those bills until the day you die. So what that means is you'll get to a point where, even though you have, and again, this is where I'm going to show you the calculator, even once you're done. So, okay, what is the product? How am I doing this? Of course, there's crypto, but crypto, like I told you, when I first got into crypto, you had to literally code to buy something. Then it became easy when Coinbase and apps like Coinbase came out where anyone can do it. So that's where, like, with startups, there's something called, they say, one of my mentors says this a lot: timing is not everything, it's the only thing, right? So one of the biggest things about a startup is you have to be able to time when a lot of people are going to be able to use this product. So if I would have made this 2 years ago, Coinbase did exist, but it didn't have the amount of users that it has today. Coinbase today has over 100 million users. My app just had less than 1%. I don't even, like I told you, I probably need 10,000 people and using this app, and then I can have a team of probably 8 people build an amazing app. 10,000 people is not easy. I'm literally going to make sure I talk to more than 10,000, but that's the goal, to get to 10,000 people. Coinbase has 100 million. So now that Coinbase has the market I'm looking for, the timing is right, I think, because all I got to do is talk to anybody that has a Coinbase account and show them how they could be using the crypto they have to pay their bills and still invest and invest consistently. I honestly believe most people would do that. Again, I could be wrong. We're going to find out. I'm using decentralized finance, which is the key point of this. This was not possible before decentralized finance. What I'm doing is I am taking the bill money. You're bringing the bill money into decentralized finance world. You're borrowing off of it to pay the bill, and then it's investing that original deposit, 70% of it. So that was not possible before decentralized finance. And because it all can be automated through code, you don't really have to do anything but drop the money in and pay your bill once it's built. And it's very, very close. And then, of course, AI. What would I use AI for? Why call this an AI? AI is a few things. I also believe everything's going to be AI, just like everything's a technology business. But in this case, we're using AI, one, to automate the processes of investing, knowing when to invest, how much to invest. We can set that automated, or we can have the AI look at previous data and choose different options to invest. Also, customer service. If you go to a bank and you ask a bank, hey, XYZ, they need a person there to answer you. What I'm hoping for is to create, based on the questions I get now, have an AI that can answer questions for people, and then also give people advice, not financial advice, but more like, hey, options, not advice. Hey, right now your portfolio's up 300%. Traditionally, the market has not gone too much higher than this. You may want to start selling some of your portfolio, right? So this is where AI can do things that humans can't do as much. Like, you can't really look at the every data point for the history of crypto as a person, but an AI can. An AI can and say, hey, probability that the market starts to drop is 90% right now. You are up 300% in your portfolio. You may want to sell a certain amount. Let me know what you want to do. So this is where the AI component will eventually help people to manage their system, or give them feedback and answer questions. But right now I'm focusing on the Coinbase and DeFi part, because of course you can't build everything up front. Again, I need 10,000 people using this app before I can make everything I want to make. And right now I have two people using this app, and these are people like me and my co-founder who are testing it, and actually some developers we're working with as well. So maybe about 5 people using the app right now. So 995 to go. 10,000 actually. 9,990. All right. So again, it takes time. Startups take about 10 years to really get to where they need to be. So I feel like I'm early in all of this, but you just got to keep it going. So yeah, so that's the early version of the presentation I'm showing people, but I'm going to show you next the calculator, right? So when you look at this calculator, again, I had a machine learning data scientist person build this, so it's not like beautiful or anything, but the idea is, if you take a bill, let's take the $500 a month thing. Here's how it works. If you are able to deposit $625 into your bank, and then what it'll do is it'll borrow 500 to pay the bill, and then we will invest 70% a month of the bill money, which is the 500. And let's say we did that for 40 years. This is the interest that you get for having dollars in this system. Here's the interest on the loans that you will be taking to do this. I'm going to say it only grows 12% a year. The stock market only grows 8 to 12% a year on average. I think crypto is going to grow a lot more, but I'm still going to leave it at 12% a year, just like stock. Let's say inflation stays high and it stays at 5%, right? Actually, before I press this calculator, I'm going to take you to a compound interest calculator, because I want you to see what compound interest will do with the same amount of dollars. But the difference is you're not doing it with your bill money, so you have to have this extra $500 after you paid your bills. And that's where it's a little harder to do, right? All right. Also, you have to be very good at investing it every month, have systems in place that allow you to invest it every month automatically. So again, we're going to take 500 a month. We're going to take 40 years. We said the stock market is 10, 8, 8 to 12 on average, so I'm going to give it 10%. Um, yeah, and then I'm going to calculate this. So look, in 40 years, you will have $2.6 million, right? Now, if we go to the crypto calculator, same thing. This is just 625 of you have $500 worth of bills here. Most people have much higher bills than this, right? Like nobody can live with $500 worth of bills. I have people doing thousands of dollars worth of bills. I'm gonna just do the same math, and we're just gonna say it only grows 2% more a year. You're gonna see how much the compounding is of this. So now, in the 40 years, in 40 years, adjusted net collateral. So this is how many years of your bills you will have of this one bill actually. Here you would have 3.9 million. And again, I know this sounds crazy and I have multiple math people look at this. We did it in the spreadsheets. We did because the numbers, once you start compounding interest, it gets really, really crazy. So the understanding that the 12% again with crypto is probably low. Again, Bitcoin, since its inception, has grown an average of 100% a year. Ethereum has grown an average of 200% a year. So we can't expect it to stay there, right? We expect it to come down. But how long before it even hits 12%?